Bix? What'd you get, Bix?
Well, you got a problem with the pen now?
Well, they're like a rolling rider. They're very smooth.
All right, let's just get to work. NBC pilot, Seinfeld project, Act 1, Scene A.
So you're gonna sit there?
Let me explain to you one of the key elements involved in the writing process. Because it may seem outwardly that the pen and the paper and the chair play a large role, but they're all somewhat incidental to the actual using of the brain.
So today I want to talk to you about the difference between high concept and low concept storytelling. So basically there's an idea in film that you write to complement your story's length. If you know you're going to be making a short that's about 5 to 10 minutes long, you want to write your script with that in mind. Now, I know this sounds pretty obvious, but believe me when I tell you, I have seen so many short films that are terrible.
You are tearing me apart, Lisa!
And not because of their ideas, but because they'll be 15 minutes long and they spend the first 12 or longer on the introduction. Now, I watched this short film once about a woman who goes camping alone, buys a disposable camera, and takes pictures of her vacation. When she gets home, she has the photos developed, and then she notices a few that she never took. Then she puts 2 and 2 together that somebody had snuck into her tent and taken photos of her while she slept. Terrifying, right? Well, it would have been if they didn't spend the first 13 minutes on exposition, showing her at her job, packing, driving, buying the camera, hiking, and then going to bed, and then going home, and then getting the photos developed, and then scary ending. That ending is terrifying. So why is it not the beginning of the short? It's like these writers had no idea they were writing a short film, and midway through someone said,
Well, what's the show about?
It's about nothing.
No story?
No, forget the story.
You gotta have a story.
Who says you gotta have a story?
So basically this is an issue of not understanding an effective use of time frame.
Not quite my tempo.
Now, I'm not saying that your short film can't be potent and that you can't have something important to say. After all, Whiplash started off as a short film and it was fantastic. So I want to leave you guys with some tips to help you out. Number 1, the simpler the pitch, the better.
Well, why am I watching it? Because it's on TV.
So this is a classic trap of film students. Everyone pitches their end-all artistic vision without realizing that they have a tiny little window to make it in. Basically, your job as a filmmaker is to get in and get out.
Roast keys.
Looking.
Rose! Rose, to your keys!
Now, I know that almost sounds like that you'd be sacrificing some kind of artistic vision or artistic integrity, but believe me, it'll help your film so much. And then number 2, ask yourself questions like, how quick does it take to get to the story? And are my hero's goals and oppositions revealed and explained quickly and promptly? Your audience doesn't have time to catch up if they get confused. You have to make sure everything is presented clearly and easily for them to understand. A friend of mine once said, as writers, we love living in Act 1, living in our characters' worlds, getting to know them. Our audience, on the other hand, they couldn't get it. Act 2 is your story. This is what your audience wants to see. Spend the bulk of your story here. Develop your characters through the action as you progress the story. And then Act 3, wrap it up. You're not Peter Jackson. Do not give your short film 5 endings.
Who's he?
He's somebody!
What about me?
You're nobody.
Why him? Why not me?
He's good, you're not.
I'm better than him.
You're worse. Much worse.
Wrap it up. Put a bow on it. And number 3, remember that film is a visual medium. Drive the story along with your action, not your dialogue. A film is not the same as a book or a play. Your conflict is going to be mainly visual. Your conflict is what the audience sees, not necessarily what they hear, not necessarily what your character is thinking, but what they see. Because when you're making a short film and you need to get a lot explained, the easy way out is to just write it all in conversation. But that's really boring. With that in mind, just have fun and go out and make a film.
I just got bored. Everybody out.